Hello and happy, beautiful day to you. Welcome back. Today I worked with a beautiful volunteer. Her name is Kate, and there are so many things that I really love about today's episode and also really powerful insights that I feel can help you to start creating a shift in your own life. And so that's where we're going. Now, one of the things that I loved was this, is that as I was working with Kate, she was able to create a radical shift in her pain, where she was able to get it from about a level 6, 7 down to about a 1.5 in there. And she was able to do that using her own mind. Now, part of the reason that I love this is, of course, I love for people to see the mind-body connection, to see that we can get results and that there is a way to do it. And it's not going to take years and years and years. So that's part of the reason that I love it. Another part of the reason is because as I worked with Kate, she's actually right now in the hospital, and she's been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and she's in a place where she's not able to leave the hospital. And so what I love, though, is that she was able to see that shift where she could see her pain go away, and that her attitude, like the way that she's showing up, she's positive and laughing and connecting. So even as I was working with her, she's just lighthearted, kind, sweet, loving her family. So there was a lot of just really, really, really sweet, wonderful attitude, which is part of the insight, is that if you think about it, if she's already showing up kind and lovely and wonderful, and yet she's got emotions that she's suppressing underneath. And so often we learn that growing up. I know I did. That was me. I was very, quote unquote, good at suppressing my emotions, so much so I didn't realize they were there. And a lot of times people do that very thing. And that was something that came up for her, was there were emotions that I mentioned. You know, she was in a positive state, and I mentioned an emotion. She goes, "Oh my gosh, I don't even want to look that that's there." And that is important, because ultimately addressing these patterns and this programming at the subconscious level is key. And let's be honest, so often we may find ourselves not wanting to look at the very problem. But if we don't look at it and rewire it, we can't change it. And so that's one of the insights. Now, by the way, so often people will do the very thing where they're trying to think positive and affirmations and positive thinking and meditation and all of the things, and end up ignoring even more what's at a deeper level. And of course, I did that as well. So it's not judging anybody or criticizing anybody. I did that very thing until I realized I really had to start rewiring my mind. And by the way, what you'll notice, it basically, as I worked with her, that very thing happened. As we started really talking about creating that shift in her subconscious mind, that's when she was able to notice the shift in her body and in her pain levels. So that is key. Now, the other reason that we really have to address them is going back to counterintuitive links in the subconscious mind. And you hear me talk about this all of the time, is because it's key. The mind can get miswired, and I see it happen all of the time. And that was very true, and is very true with Kate's situation, is exactly that. So one of the emotions that came up for her and the patterns is a feeling of feeling like you're going to miss me when I'm gone. And I've seen this before in other people as well, where they have that feeling and they, maybe they feel hurt or they feel unloved or like somebody's ignoring them. And so they have this feeling come up, even can start in childhood, which was the case for Kate, was that she had this feeling in childhood that said, like if she's feeling ignored, you're going to miss me when I'm gone. And I said, well, wait a second. You don't want to do that, because then it links up in your mind that you need to be gone, to be missed, to get love, to get connection. So I know that doesn't make logical sense, but that was one of the insights. And so that is part of the reason that we really need to look at what is in the subconscious mind and rewire it, because the affirmations, the positive thinking, all of those things, the lifting, all of that can be great. And yet, when something is miswired at a deeper level in the mind, that correction, that is where the key is to healing, is really getting that deeper level. And that's the thing that I see all of the time create that real shift, is exactly that. And so from that, I want to invite you to look in your own life and notice if you have been suppressing emotions that maybe you need to rewire instead and really change at a deeper level. And even beyond positive thinking, have you noticed any miswired mind programming in your own mind where something positive gets linked up in the wrong way? So again, in this case, where she's feeling this feeling of love, like you're going to miss me when I'm gone, links up, you're going to love me. Finally, you're finally going to love me when I'm gone. So it connects love there. So I know it doesn't make logical sense, but once that gets linked up, then there's a part of her that wants to be quote unquote gone, because that's when she's going to feel missed. And so we were like, oh, so as we were working together, that was what we were talking about. Okay, you'll want to rewire this so you don't have to be gone. So your body wants to stay here to flourish, to be loved. And so bringing in that awareness that as we create that shift, addressing the suppressed subconscious emotions and even the ones that are completely illogical, the ones that you don't necessarily want to look at so often, the key can be really changing those. And that's when we saw her pain drop. And she did that using her own mind. And so those are the insights that I want to share from today's episode. And by the way, if you'd like to listen to the actual session where I work with her, you can do so by clicking the link in the show notes, and you can listen to that live session and you can hear, because there are several other insights as well, but those were the two insights that I wanted to share with you. So there's that. And as always, if you're wanting a deeper understanding of mind-body healing, there's also a link in the show notes for a free training. So that is available as well. And as always, I want to ask you to please do take just a quick moment to hit the share button on this episode. Share it with somebody you love, somebody you care about, or somebody you don't even know. Because the more that every single person in our world feels healthy and happy and loved and loving, the better this world is for all of us. And so please do make a point to hit the share button, and please do make a point to have an incredible rest of your day. And I look forward to connecting with you on the next episode. We'll see you there.